Hey everyone, Rathos here. Today we're going to be doing my second deck profile. Let's see. I forgot I was going to say it, but I don't remember. The reason this is actually going to be my zombie deck. I've played it the past 2 weeks and went undefeated. I mean, I didn't enter a tournament or anything, but to tell you the truth, a lot of the best players don't even enter the tournament, so a lot of them just chill there and just play for the health of it. Well, go anywhere and play. Some don't actually have money every week to play, so whatever. And I went undefeated, so I mean, there were a few decks that I had a decent hard time against, but I pulled it around and still won, so it's still good. I don't get that. I rarely get a dead draw, so I always at least have something to do. I mean, I'll have better draws sometimes than other times, but that's basically every deck. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna basically just show off my zombie deck. So yeah, from what I could tell, this is probably the best I could build it. It's really good. I have it now fully holofied. The deck is pretty cheap. Mine isn't though, because mine's complete hollowed. But yeah, most of it you can get in tins. A lot of it are commons that you can find that everyone probably has. So yeah, that's basically what I did. I built it, got all kinds of commons, and then I really loved how it ran. So I ended up trying to get it shiny, and then I kept messing with it, and I got it pretty good. So yeah, it's a 40 card deck. 21 monsters, 11 spells, and 8 traps. So let's begin, I guess. The first monster is a staple of zombies. It's Zombie Master. Zombie Master is an amazing card. Mine are supers. I don't have this deck like ultimate rares, but whatever, because the ultimate masters are expensive. They're like 20 bucks a piece, which is a lot. And if you recall my last video, I'm not someone who spends a lot of money on pieces of paper. So yeah. And then another staple for zombies really is Pyramid Turtle. I run 3 Pyramid Turtles. Mine are secrets because he's a freaking Smexy secret. I think he was reprinted as a super as well. I'm not quite sure on that, so don't count me at that. But he was reprinted in Joey's World, I think it is. Yugi's World as secrets. I should have known that. I had these before Joey World even came out. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway, actually I think he's in there too, but whatever. And then I run 2 zombie goblins, or goblin zombies, whatever. Again, he's basically another searcher in the deck. His other effects decently helpful sometimes too, but I don't you get to use it that often because he's not that strong. And then I run 2 little bloods. He's great. He's basically your monster reborn. So yeah, remember he targets you can special summon from your hand, graveyard, or your opponent's graveyard. So you can summon from either graveyard, which makes him really strong, especially when you're going against a zombie deck. Don't happen too often because not many people are running zombies right now, but whatever. Because everyone thinks they're kind of slow right now with Mizuki at 1 or whatever his name is at 1, or whatever. And then now for the secret part of the build is the Plugis per. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It's the level 2 synchro for him. He's good, I guess. I don't use his effect too often, but I do use him to sync a lot. I usually get him out though with Master. I don't use his effect himself too often. But yeah, and then 2 Pain Painters. There's a monster in my extra deck that you basically need Pain Painter to get him out because this deck doesn't run really run any low level monsters. 1 Spirit Reaper, because Spirit Reaper is awesome. Even if you, I mainly have him in there not just for defense because he'll usually save you for a turn or 2, but it wastes like their compulsives and stuff, so I use it on him to get rid of him. And I'd rather them compulse this than some other people, because I could always bring him back if I really need him. And then the 1 Metsuki. He's at 1. He's probably gonna stay at 1 forever, but whatever. I only ever wanted to use him at 1. He's too good, but he's also not good enough to want to play more than 1, because you're going to need other cards. That's the rest of the zombies. I have 2 monsters, technically 5, that aren't zombies. 2 trap tricks. Myrelios, how do you pronounce it? Her name. Maybe you can use her normal summoner. Search out whatchamacallit, Zombie World, or not Zombie World. Search out Bottomless and stuff like that. Trap Hole, whatever. And then I mainly use her for her flip effect or her special summon effect, though, to pop a spell or trap card on the field. I actually built the deck pretty good against back rows, which is really good right now. So yeah, and then a monster that I don't see too many people run in zombies. Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk's amazing. This is probably the only deck I'll actually allow a gold rare, technically, monster in my deck. I like his ultra rare better, but the gold rare just looks a little more darker, so it looks better in zombies. But yeah, I mainly use him to get out masters or get that out depending on what's going on. Now the spells, the 11 spells, kind of standard really for a zombie deck. 2 or 3 zombie worlds, because zombie world is amazing, especially with little blood on the field, because you'll have your opponent's graveyard, not the zombies, so you can bring out what they have. That's what really owned Dark Worlds, because I took their Grapha, so they couldn't really do anything, because most Dark World decks run off of Grapha. So I took their Grapha from the graveyard and used it as my own. And then I run 2 Book of Lives, because yeah, most people I've seen that run zombies run 3. 3 is way too cloggy in my opinion, because there are too many times that I draw it and it's dead. Even at 2 sometimes, because remember, your opponent has to have a monster in the graveyard for you to use it. Cause you have to banish that card. It's the cost basically. So yeah, most of the time I'll get my first turn. Most of the time I get my first turn though, I have Summoner Monk, so I just ditch it for Summoner Monk. Then 2 Call of the Mummies. You don't see too many people running this actually, but it is a great card. Remember, you could use it even if you're the first to go, because it doesn't say anything about your opponent having to have a monster. As long as you don't have a monster, you can special summon one. So it's great. 2 MSDs, because remember, I do go against the black row in this deck. 1 Book of Moon and the 1 Dark Hole. The traps. I guess the traps could kind of get expensive in a way, but whatever. I run 2 Call the Haunted. It's Call the Haunted. It's Call the Haunted. So yeah, it's self-explanatory. 2 Dimensional Prisons, just because you want that defense. Not really, but you want to basically. This is mainly to protect your big beast monsters. You don't really want to protect your small ones too much, because you want them died. Because you'll usually get their effects for that reason. And the 1 Trap Trick Hole of Nightmare, or 2 of them I mean. This card is really overlooked, but it's a really amazing card. Because if your opponent special summons a monster and then uses its effect, activate this and it destroys them. So it's a great card. Especially since most of the time they'll Exceed and then they'll use the Exceed monster's effect. Blam. Their monster's gone. Every time they use a monster, they special summon a monster, usually they use its effect. So 1 Bottomless and then the 1 Compulse. And that's the main deck. As you see, most of it's kind of normal. The extra deck is kind of, I guess, normal too. It's where it gets kind of pricey, but kinda. Most of the cards in here aren't too much, but yeah. 2 Ouroboros. You can go into Ouroboros like crazy in this deck, so I run 2 of them. I ran 1 for a while, and then there was way too many times where I could bring out a second one. There wasn't too many times where I could bring out a third one, So I just left it at 2 because it's kind of hard to get 3 monsters out when you already have 2 on the field. But it does it can happen. I recommend just using 2 though, because you need room for other cards. Like this one, like Sigma, because Sigma is freaking amazing. Another card that was destroyed, Dark Worlds, to tell you the truth, I took their Grapha, but whatever. And then taking their Grapha, their monsters became useless. I need to replace this card's sleeve apparently, but whatever. So yeah, amazing. One Mess-Stroke, because Mess-Stroke's Mess-Stroke. Most of the time, switching their monsters to defense makes any of your monsters to be able to beat over them. Because most monsters that have good attack or whatever have crappy ass defense. One Black Ship of Corn, because Black Ship of Corn is a pretty good card. I'll usually use it to get rid of certain cards, like the ones that need to be destroyed, because it sands them so they can't actually gain their effect. The one Cowboy, because Cowboy's Cowboy. One number 32, because 32 is another really good card. I don't play him too often. There are times I did it just because I could game with it, but I do play it. Now that's the XEs. Now for the synchro part of the deck, I run one. Crap. How do you say her name? Keeper of Boundaries. I'm not going to try to pronounce her other name. Keeper Boundary, a level 5. I mainly put her in here because it helps out. Like it gives them what's the name? The Reaper another reason to exist, because he's a level 3, so you can go into him or her pretty easily. So, and then they can't activate spells or traps during the, or I think card effects period actually. Yeah, cannot activate card effects. Cards or card effects that turn this damage. So while she's attacking, they can't activate any effect. So that's always good. Then at the moment I run 2 Underground Arachnid. Arachnid because it's amazing. Trap Trick's in here, so there's your insect type. You could synchro into them pretty easily. You could actually do it in one turn if you actually wanted to, but take their monster, and there you go. I think that monster, yeah, and that monster, and then if he was destroyed by battle, you could destroy that monster instead. And this is the part you need, this is the monster you need Pain Painter for. The Zombie Skull, Archfiend Zombie Skull. He's amazing. He needs 2 non-tuner zombies though. That's the reason why you need Pain Painter, because Pain Painter turns up to 2 zombies into level 2s. So you can get him out because he's only level 6. Amazing. While he's on the field, your zombies cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, yeah. You could have him on the field, have a beastly amount of cards on the field, Dark Hole for no reason, and swing over. Two Hades, minor ultimate. He looks it's kind of sad though that you can see his face more ultimate than normal, but whatever. Great. Makes their monsters' effects don't activate while your zombies are overpowering them, basically. And then 1 Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon is freaking broken in this deck, actually. If you have a Zombie Skull on the field, use his effect. You could target Zombie Skulls or something. It destroys both of them, but since your zombies can't be destroyed by card effects, theirs only dies. Your zombie stays there. So, Scrap Dragon is amazing in this deck. He is just amazing. I actually used him to pop over a monster that was like 5,000 attack. It was just crazy. And then swung for game, which was just awesome. So yeah. So yeah, there's not much else really. I have a side deck, I guess, but well, it's way over there. It's just Trap Hole and what's that other card called? I can't remember what it's called. But oh well, they're not really needed. I only put Trap Hole because when I was technically building the deck, Constellars are pretty strong, and Trap Hole owns Stellars, so yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's basically the whole deck. Well, that is the whole deck, minus the side deck. But there's only 4 cards: 2 trap holes and 2 of that other one. I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the trap trick cards though. It's the one where if they summoned, I don't know, if they special summon a monster with a level 6 or higher monster effect synchro, you could banish it. I believe it was. I can't remember exactly what its effect was because I don't really side out too much. I don't really need to. So yeah, that's basically everything. I know I said I was probably gonna do my Madochis or Constellars next, but I used this last couple weeks and it's been doing really well. I just haven't felt like really entering a tournament, but I've been doing. It's done pretty good. So yeah, guess that's everything. So like, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. If you tell me how you like, if you tried the deck out, tell me how you liked it. So yeah. See you all next time.